we are at the Music City Mall again. So, the whole thing about the Capitol, once again, is I think that probably they're, wrong on both sides in one way or another. Just because you belong to a political party doesn't give you any certain right to be, wrong to other people, regardless of someone stole something from somebody else. Well, that may be the case, but people are mean to other people and people wrong people all the time. But it's not really worth a loss of life, right? So, regardless of the political party, it's just to go to that extreme and then someone lose their life. It's a horrible thing. But I'm not really saying that either party is right or wrong. People have the right to protest. It's not the first time that a major building in Washington has been taken over during a protest, but in this way, it may be the first time in this way. But we have to remember that regardless of protesters and people of authority, we still should act civil to one another as much as we can, because that's going to have a bigger impact than being violent. That's kind of what I was saying in the first post. It's Music City Mall. Anyway, it's hard. It's hard to be civil to other people. It's hard to be nice. It's easy to be mean. I've done it myself. I've been wrong myself, but it's hard to be nice. That's a hard thing to do. But regardless, I hope that our country finds a balance. Rather, whichever party ends up in the lead, whether it's Republican or Democrat, I hope that we find a balance, and I hope that we find some type of peace and a way to communicate better. I've taken some big losses this year, in the last 2 years, and I got upset about losing, but I went ahead and decided to go on. My mom noticed an observation about me whenever I was younger. My sister would take toys away from me, and I would just go find another toy to play with. I'd go over to the other part of the toy room and I'd pick up another toy, and I would just find something else. But then again, sometimes people want to hold their ground to the very end. And that's a good thing. It's important, I guess, in this country. But back to what I was talking to earlier about Adam the Woo and YouTube and everything, and about where we're at, is that there will be certain people that will pick up a device and begin to speak their minds, and there'll be people that don't. Every single person that's walking around with a smartphone can begin vlogging themselves. And some people will, and some people won't. But what I would do in this case is don't look down on other vloggers. Appreciate what they do, because 60 years ago in Russia or whatever, this would never be allowed, and then other countries would never allow freedom of speech to sit there and just say whatever you want or behave however you want to do. Boop, 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 whatever it is that you want, decide you want to do, right? However you want to express yourself. If you want to be a part of a political party, then you can be. If you don't, then you don't have to be. You still have that freedom to do that. And that fits into also freedom of worship and a lot of other things too. We have certain freedoms that we should be able to have. But if you find yourself taking away those freedoms from somebody else, then that's not really that appreciative in this particular country. I'm going to take your freedom away. Well, people don't want that, regardless of what they stand for, right? So you may stand for something, but you can't go over there and take away someone's freedom because of what they believe, regardless of what they call it. They can call their party the broccoli party. They don't have to go by any certain type of party. There's no law saying that they do. Now, a long time ago in other countries there were, but in this one we choose what we, how we want to think and feel, basically. So anyway, I don't think that's going to go away, because that fits into the whole Constitution from the very beginning. I think and I feel this way. Okay, I can express how I think and I feel. And then that fits into the freedom of worship, right? The freedom of religion. Because if you can't think and feel, then how can you stand, within a church body and feel at home to worship something? Because someone else is trying to if someone else is trying to butt in with how you think and feel, they're also trying to butt in with your heart. They're trying to take something away, and that'll happen sometimes. I guess ultimately I'm not really naming any names or taking any sides, because I don't have to. There's no one that says, there's no, like I said, there's no law that says that I have to take any type of side if I don't want to. And maybe I do have a side deep down in my heart. Maybe it's none of your business at this particular time. But anyway, I think you should be able to pick up a phone or any type of device and begin vlogging what you want. And you'll find, when you're doing that you'll think, oh my gosh, these people don't want me to do this, or these people do want me to do this. So there'll be sides on what you do as well. And that's part of the bravery of it all. Look at this guy. Anyway, over and out. This vlog is over. Please subscribe, and I'd like to see you again. And I hope things get better out there.